In the Line of Fire is about the plot to assassinate a president during the climactic time of a presidential campaign. It's where a president is the most visible and the most vulnerable. The producer and director came to us to actually put their characters into scenes of real footage of the presidential campaign, therefore establishing that credibility that they needed for their story and also giving them an economic way to achieve it without hiring casts of thousands. We actually scanned in a Denver rally of Bill Clinton speaking, and he was in front of about 5,000 people. We removed Bill Clinton, put in our president, and then actually balanced our president up a little bit so he was a little brighter than what the value Bill Clinton was at, so we could have him be even better lit than reality. And then we went in and actually put Clint Eastwood in the same rally by shooting him in front of a blue screen and compositing him in.
And to pass that legacy of a boundless American...
Oregon ID, Sector 3 secured.
Sector 3 is secure.
There were other challenges that we needed to face, though, when we dealt with this photography. For instance, in many campaigns, there were identifiable things that needed to be altered. In one Michigan State rally, I believe there was a 1-800-BILL sign in the background, and the people in the extreme foreground were carrying "Vote for Clinton" signs. After we replaced the speaker on the platform and put in our president, then we blue screened in Clint Eastwood as well into that scene, and several other agents that were identifiable from the story. We still noticed that, well, it's incredibly visible, these Bill Clinton signs. So what we did is we made a digital set piece in the computer that was actually a crowd control fence. And we lit it in the computer and composited it over the background between the crowd and the stage, and it acted as an architectural point, of composition for the shot, but it also covered up the signs, which we needed to do. A story like this is on a grand scope. The director, Wolfgang Petersen, really wanted this picture to be big in a fashion that the pictures aren't really these days anymore, with casts of thousands. The production hired 1,500 extras. We took shots of these 1,500 extras that were positioned first by a building and then by the side of the road, then on the other side of the road, then down the street, and we multiplied those 1,500 extras into roughly close to 10,000 people. John Malkovich we really needed to establish the credibility of him as a very capable foil to Clint Eastwood, a very capable villain. He was a master of disguises, and in the story, Clint was only able to have a picture of him that was 20 years old. So everyone would wonder, well, what does he look like? Who are we looking for? The way we handled it is we had John Malkovich made up in 4 different disguises, and we actually found a picture of John Malkovich from when he was quite young. We made a painting of him that matched the pose of those 4 disguises. We started with that, and then we turned those 4 disguises into 17 different combinations. The story had set up the fact that the whole presidential entourage was en route from Chicago to the West Coast, and it had been bad weather in Chicago. And the production had gone to great lengths to design the inside an exact replica of Air Force One. Well, to sell that whole point, they needed to have an outside shot of Air Force One to establish that they were up in the clouds in the middle of a thunderstorm. So they came to us and they said, can you make an Air Force One and put it in a storm and photograph it for us? We did all of that on the computer. A nice touch was we had the plane come out of the clouds. When you first see the shot, it actually reveals itself from the middle of a cloud. With digital imaging and digital visual compositing, you can go out and shoot anything. You can take it from a photograph that's 100 years old or a photograph that's shot this morning. And it will look quite real because you can literally work with reality and mold it like clay. My advice to the producers and directors right now who are thinking about this technology and wondering, well, gee, what can I do? Can I do this? Can I do that? I would say think up anything you want in the service of your story, however wild it might be, and come to us because I have every confidence that we can achieve it.